Oh, this is what came in the mail. It's going to be the star of my video. But first, look at that. Isn't that fantastic? You ever seen a box like that? This was a package. Came like that. Now what could it be? Look at this. You know there's something incredibly special about to be revealed. This is epic. One of the most fantastic things that I own in my possession. Oh my God. This is very magic. I've never seen anything so fantastic as this. What is it? There it is. A rock. Fantastically, beautifully painted rock. From my friend Faye. This rock comes from Canada. I'm going to be doing this video about this rock. And this rock has a lot to say. This video is entitled The Rock Changes Everything. And what it is, I want you to look at this rock. This is a very special rock. It's painted. The first thing that human beings ever painted was rocks. And this rock was painted with a lot of love. I'm going to tell you the story about the rock, but the rock is a elemental. This rock is conscious, just as conscious as your dog. And what's important about that is that we're conscious too, and we're connected to rocks. There's a lot of rock sayings in our vocabulary, but we're connected to rocks, and rocks have a memory because they're conscious beings. They remember a really long time. If you want to know something, you want to be rock solid on what you know. There's a saying, love me like a rock solid. The foundation made out of rock, the rock of ages, rock and roll. Heart of stone, something written in stone, hard as a rock, rocked my soul. Yeah. This rock right here, I want you to really have it in your memory really good, because I'm going to be talking about this rock basically the whole time. The rock's going to be talking through me like channeling. Woo, channeling. How does channeling work? The same way you can talk to a rock. You can talk to spirits or yourself or your soul. But this is a teaching. This is a teaching that this rock has to give that has never been spoken quite this way on this planet for a very long time. It's an ancient teaching, and all the shamans know it, all the mystics know it, the angels know it, the aliens know it, they all know it, but we're the ones who don't know it. So first I'll tell you a little story about the rock. My friend Faye Prince, she grew up in Newfoundland in Canada, and she loved the beach. And she was so impressed by the beach that and by the nature that she grew up in, that she still longs for that. She holds that memory inside of her, and she longs, and she lives now in another place, and she wants to sell her house and go back to the place where she has the most fondest, deepest memory of being connected to the land, connected to nature, connected to the ocean, connected to the beach, connected to the rocks. So her most connected soul, self, longs to go back to the place of her youth, which is Newfoundland. And it's an island, and it's surrounded water. It's like, it has the same kind of look about it as Ireland does. Real wild, wild North Sea. It's not really tropical. It's all rocks and stuff. But it's also a little island in the ocean, but it's a rock, right? But that rock, you can see, it goes all over North America, South America, it goes under the oceans, yeah? The whole earth is a rock, and we are connected to it. We are profoundly beings of rock. We come from rock. We live on a rock. Our bones are made out of rock. Our blood is made from the water that comes out of our bones, called blood. You know, water and rock make life. So we're intimately connected to rock. But what I just showed you, this rock, the way we're taught that we learn how to see is with our eyes, and our eyes make a little image in our brain. So, like for a light bulb, you say, it goes into your eyes, and then there's a little light bulb in your head. That's not the way it is actually at all. You don't have a light bulb in your head. You don't see with your eyes. You don't see in your mind. You don't see with your mind at all. You see with your soul. You see with your whole being. You see with your body. Your memory is in your body, your vision is in your body, and your connectedness is in your body. So, you don't see with your eyes at all. You don't hear with your ears. You don't touch with your skin. It's all done by your soul. Yeah? And soul is a very big thing. And it's the soul, our will, spirit, heart, will, and body. It's our will and body that's connected to this earth all the time. You were never not connected to the earth. You're connected to the rock of the earth. That's your first connection. Your most permanent connection is your body and soul is connected to this earth. And it's not your sensation. It's a soul, expression of your soul. And that's what I'm going to show you. That connection, and being connected to the plants, being connected to the trees and the sky and everything, from our soul, is not being taught. We are taught that we have images in our head that are words, and there's separation, that the tree is over here and earth is there and the sky is up there. Yeah? That's not it at all. When you feel the sky is there, is you. When you see a tree, the tree is you, because that's the way it actually happens inside of us. Our soul is connected to the tree, and it forms an image of the tree in our soul. It has nothing to do with your eyes, nothing to do with your retinas, nothing to do with the brain, not even to do with the. It is a sensation. So when you look at the sun and it hurts your eyes, that's a sense. It hurts your physical being. Or you look at something beautiful, your whole being records something beautiful and you feel this euphoria. That's soul stuff, not mind stuff. So, what is this rock going to teach? It's going to teach the cause of all suffering. It's going to teach the cause of all separation. And it's going to teach about connectedness. And that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool thing. So who are we? And what is this illusion of separation? That's what this rock has to teach. Okay, this rock has just been going to say some very bold things. I just said this rock's going to change everything. Okay, everything. We've been kind of pushed in a direction, pushed in a way that has resulted in our political situation, our economic situation. All those situations that we're in are completely wrong. And they're all based on the idea that we have a brain and the brain is so important, and completely denying nature, completely denying our nature, completely denying our soul. So the war that's going on Earth now is between negative elements that have come to Earth a long time ago and set up civilization the way it is, and set up government the way it is, and kingships the way it is, and wiped our memories, completely wiped our memories of what's really going on. And the reason why we wiped our memories is because our memory isn't in our brain. Our memory is in our soul. This is why doing language lessons at the heart is so important, because every time you do one of these release sessions, whether it's emotional release sessions, judgment and denial release sessions, and your empowerments, it brings back memories of your soul. It strengthens your soul. It enlivens your soul. And this hasn't happened in a long time. But first, let me kill the idea that you don't see with, that you see with your eyes, you think with your brain, you speak with your mouth, you feel with your body. That's not. We're an animated being. Your body has memory, your emotions has a memory, your heart has a memory, and your spirit has a memory. Your body has impressions and sensations, your emotions have impressions and sensations, your heart has impressions and sensations, and your spirit has impressions and sensations. So, if memory and vision was relying upon the brain, then how do you have memories of past lifetimes? Now, when I was first started doing this work, I recovered maybe my top 30 out of 300 or 400 major lifetimes that I can remember. 30 or 40 that I was really clear about. 30 lifetimes on this planet. Going back to China, going back to Egypt, going back to South America, Central America, Atlantis, the land of Pan, land of Mu. I remember all that stuff. And how did I do that? How can I do that? And I'm not the only one. There's hundreds and hundreds. A lot of people remember their past lifetime. Oh, they were French, or oh, they were, in the Middle East, or oh, they were in India as working with the gurus. People have these memories. They're soul memories. Your brain doesn't have that memory. It comes with you when you come in to your body. So, past life memories. Very important, because a lot of the stuff that happened to us now, karma, is impressions on our soul that we carried on from lifetime to lifetime. That's what karma is. Wounded soul. Karma is trauma. If we don't remember that, trauma just keeps rolling. Karma keeps rolling. And we keep having, whatever it is, stressful lives. Okay, past lifetimes is one. The second one is what's happening now on this planet is our medical situation is coming on, and this raining down of this energy of consciousness. We're actually becoming more conscious, and the veils are thinning between this world and the next world. So one of the things that happened as a result of these elevation of consciousness is people aren't dying the same way they died before. Now we have medical hospitals and bring people back to life. It happens millions of times a year. People are brought, they die in the operating room, or they die somewhere, and the medics bring them back to life. That's called a near-death experience. Now when you have a near-death experience, you know, there's certain things that are all similar. You know, you go and maybe you meet a relative, that's kind of similar. Almost all of them have that. You go through a tunnel, you meet some great being, a spirit, you know, these great spirits, and there's some like the God or oversoul, your oversoul. Or you meet a heart spirit like Jesus or Buddha or somebody like that. But, you know, a near-death experience isn't going to be complete. They're going to send you back down. But before they send you back down, because it's not your time to go, they give you a movie, a life review, what they call a life review. So you're sitting there in heaven, out of your body's dead on the ground. You know, you're in heaven, you're in another realm, your body's dead on the ground, dead, pronounced dead. And these people are freaking out trying to bring it back to life. But you're up there in love and bliss and happiness and, oh, it's so wonderful up here. And they give you a life review. Life review. Okay? And it shows you every single person you've been in contact with. And you see that, so you see that person and what your interaction with them was, and then from that person, then you become that person, and you see yourself from their side and what they were feeling. And it happens to every person, every event, every person, every event, like a movie. And this friend of mine's father did it. Ray Hernandez's father did it. And he was saying it was like 30 or 40 years. It happened in a few seconds, but I saw every event. I relived every event for 30 or 40 years, every moment of my life, every person I interacted with, every dog I petted, every time I walked outside, every day I went to work. 30 or 40 years of complete memories of both yourself, interaction, and the other person you're interacting with. Okay? This is not happening in your mind. This is happening in your soul. Everything you experience in this lifetime is happening in your soul, not in your eyeballs, not in your brain, not in your ears, not in your mouth. Happens in your soul. So, Language Lessons of the Heart is about vibrating your soul back to life and back to memory, and connecting you back again to what you're supposed to connect to. Yeah, that's what it's about. So, past life experience and near-death experience, and there's a lot of them. If you don't believe me, go start watching past life experience, and you'll and remember the rock. The rock is teaching you something. It is not your physical body, it is your soul that remembers. And this is how the rocks remember. They are very, very dense memory, very connected memory. They know everything. And you know everything. This is why I say, when you're doing Language Lessons of the Heart work, you have to start with, there's nothing wrong with you, because there is nothing wrong with you. And then you have to fix what's wrong with you, because there's stuff wrong with you. We have this soul, and our soul is meant to be pure and clean and fresh, and it gets loaded up with garbage, and I'm going to show you how that happens. But I haven't quite killed, you know, you still want to believe in the brain. I know you want to believe in the brain. It's like the brain is it. And we have been taught, the brain is it, the brain is it, the brain is it. It's got to be in the brain, conscious in the brain, brain. This is a study, I don't know what it was, January 2012. This is it was a good year. Human neuroscience, revisiting the hydrocephalus as a model to study brain resilience. And this article by this guy, Oliveira, I can't pronounce his name. They're out of Brazil. Anyway, it talks about people who have hydrocephalus. Well, that means you have water on the brain, right? And so their brain is distorted, sometimes really wildly distorted, and they become, problems with cognitive functions and speech functions and things like that. But in this particular study, it talks about this image here. Talks about what a brain's supposed to look like when they scan your brain. And the top and bottom images on the left are what a normal brain looks like. It's full of matter and all kind of neurons going around in there and fatty tissues and all that kind of stuff, right? They're still studying brain like that. Now, the second one is of a man who has what they call impressive hydrocephalic cephalosis. That means if you look at his brain is more than 85% gone. His brain is gone, okay? 85% of his brain is not there, it's just water. Yeah? And this particular guy, you have to read the article and you have to look into it, but this particular guy has a mathematics degree and he teaches math at a college level. How is somebody who has no brain at all, so to speak, teach mathematics at a college level? It's not the brain. Get it? It's not the brain. And then the guy on the right, he has even more severe or impressive, hydrocephalic but the guy is 54 years old. He's not dead. He can get around. He can feed himself and stuff like that. He has cognitive disorders. In other words, he can't speak and can't think real good, and motor impairments since he was a child. But he's getting along. Okay, these are people with no brains. This guy has 90% of his brain is gone. It's pushed out to the side of his corner. Okay, so get it. That's my three proofs. There's more, but I mean basically that's it. You can't have past life memories if your memory and your recognition and your ideation comes from your brain and senses alone. Doesn't happen. And when you're out of your body, as in near-death experience, you're dead, you go off, you remember every single thing. Yeah? When those people come back, so they go back into this body, and all of a sudden they have all this kind of cognitive disorder stuff where they know they have something important to say or something important to do, but they don't know what it is, and all they can remember is to feel love for everybody and try to help the planet. You see what I'm saying? That's what they come back with. But I'm telling you, to have to die to make a life change is kind of a radical way. It's kind of a radical way to go about doing business. So you see with your soul, and your soul is connected, so your soul reaches out. When you see a tree, not only are you seeing the tree, you are the tree. And the tree is seeing you. You are the tree, and the tree is seeing you. Yeah? That's how it works. And we've been cut off from nature in a really bad way. And this is the cause for all of our suffering and all the problems that we have, all of our emotional suffering, all our personality suffering, all of our relationship suffering, all of our political suffering is caused by this very simple misidentification of who we are. Yeah? We've been taught that we are an individual, be your own person. No, we're a collective. We're part of a collective of life on earth. And all of our souls are connected to all of the souls. The whole entire earth and the whole entire universe exists within you, and you feel it in your soul. How can the universe exist within you It doesn't fit within your body, but it fits within your soul because your soul is big. Now, the next clip I'm going to show you how it works.
My little apology to water. Water and rock make life. So I'm making a video about rock. The water one has something to say too. Water go up in the sky, fall down on all the rocks and all the living things. That is also like he's understanding. Water is your soul, is your soul. And all the coconuts are happy. All the little fruits are happy. Hopefully, you're gonna get some fruits out of this video.
So what is the process of how does it actually happen that this rock, or me, or the rain, or anything else actually becomes your soul, actually is your soul? You have to think of the soul as a little bit like the film in a camera. It records everything, but the camera is there and it's doing things, but the light comes in the camera, but actually it's impressed on the film, or it actually gets stored in a digital camera on the little chip. That's where all the magic happens. So everything that we connect to is actually ourself. We can only connect to ourself as our soul. But how does it happen? I'll show you this little clip right here is what I'm representing as a soul. Now your soul doesn't look like this, it's invisible, but this is a representation of the soul. And the soul's like vibrant, you know, and you know, it's supposed to be like this, full of light and, you know, connecting to everything, little rays connecting to everything and kind of holding everything in. Yeah? But when we form an idea, when we form an impression from the outside world, like the rock, we take that rock in, and this rock is very specific, right? I've told you the history of the rock, some qualities of the rock, who made the rock, where it came from. That's taken into your soul like this. And each one of these little panels are encapsulating your soul, so that your soul is actually contained in a box. And that box has all the qualities. That box has all the qualities of this rock. Yeah? In this situation, in this example. But if you notice from that example that the box isn't contained fully. It's a clear box. So that's not the whole of your soul, and this identity, the identity and the recognition and the soul imprint of this rock isn't separated from you. It is you. Yeah? So if you change your mind about the rock or you forget about the rock, it's no big deal. But that memory is there, and that's kind of like the real important point is that what you remember of the rock, what you remember of me or of a video, is your soul. Is your soul. It's not me, it's not the rock, it's your soul. Your soul touched the rock, your soul is being touched by me. So I am your soul right now, the rock is your soul, because that's where it's actually hitting, that's what it's actually connecting to. So let me get back to what the rock has to say, has to teach. And I said, the cause of all suffering, and the cause of all separation, and connecting again to your soul. That's what this video is about. So you understand that how a thought form, we call them as thought forms, but they're actually impressions or containers of the soul. Thought form is a container of a soul. And you have one thought form, and then you have another thought form, and then you have another thought form, and you have a space in between. So you have the thought form of yourself, which you call as identity. This is me. And then you have a thought form of the computer, you know, and then there's thought form of you. But you actually believe that there's a space between those two. That's the illusion. You believe that there's a space. So your mind makes a space in between every single thing. There's a space in between every word I say. There's a space between this meaning, and this meaning is not connected to that meaning. It's the space that separates. And the separation of space, and each of those space that we say, this, that, and the other, is your soul. So we actually separate our soul into individual little boxes. And this is painful, very, very painful, because you feel disconnected, alone, lost, and it hurts. I told you about this fantastic rock, and now you have this rock inside you, but you're still thinking of the rock as separate from you. So your rock is in that, remember that little kind of see-through box? Yeah? And what's inside the box is your soul. Your soul as the rock, or as me, or as anything else that you see, or anything else that you feel, the chair that you're sitting in, or where your feet touch the floor. Those are all in our internal realm separated. And that's not such a terrible thing, but it's not a good thing either, because we're not connected our soul to the earth, or to the air, or to the light, or to the tables, or whatever. Well, let's talk about how suffering happens, okay? We have to take maybe a little bit of a more graphic. So say your dad or somebody's judging you, or you got hurt somewhere. And where you got hurt, you formed a box, right? And inside this box is your soul. And the panels of this box, right, are what contains the soul. So somebody yelled at you, somebody said you're not good enough, somebody said, you know, you're too messy, you're never making it in life, right? So judgment, denial, and belief. Judgment, denial, belief. And then the other three is guilt, shame, and blame. Yeah? So these are containers of the box. And what the box contains is your soul. And your soul is in that box hurting. You got hurt, traumatized. Maybe you were beaten with a belt. Maybe you were shamed, or maybe you're just given that look of, you know, you're not going to go outside looking like that, or, you know. And this judgment, denial, and belief, right? guilt, shame, and blame becomes impenetrable. Your soul cannot get out of that box, right? This is the prison. When we say we're in a prison, right? This forms your understanding, right? This is a thought form, and it's hanging over you. So the big mom or the big dad his face is on that box, right? Judging, denying beliefs, and and giving guilt, shame, and blame, yeah. And inside that is a little you. So there's a little child in there. There's your soul is in there. The inner woman, your feelings are in there. Where your feelings are hurt is the soul is compressed, is traumatized, is wounded. Yeah. And we have a lot of those boxes. A lot of them. This is information. People yak. Well, here's the problem. Let me tell you what your problem is. This, da. And they go yakking, and they're giving you information, judging you, denying what's going on or whatever. It's judgment and denial. Right? Inform you. You're informed. You're imprisoned by beliefs, thoughts, ideas, judgments, denials. Yeah? I'm just talking about the bad ones now because the good ones don't really bother you too much. I mean, you know, but this world is based on that. Every law, right? A law is a judgment and a denial of your abilities, a denial of your soul, and a belief that you need a law in order to contain the soul and make yourself ashamed and blamed. Yeah. We have a ton of these boxes, tons of them. And there's this box, and then there's this box, and this box, right? So when enough of our souls gets contained in these boxes, we become limited, right? You can't feel the earth because you have pain, and no, nature is bad, belief. Nature's dirty and messy, and we're above nature. Belief, separation, belief, right? So your soul can't flow. No animal on earth has beliefs. Really, only human beings do. We're the only ones that are disconnected. We're the only ones who suffer, anxiety and stuff like that because of the beliefs because our beliefs are the castles. That is the fortress that imprisons our soul. Yeah, beliefs, judgments, thoughts. They're all separating, categorizing, labeling. You're labeled. You're this. You're that. You're this. You're smart. You're smart. You're fat. You're only a woman. Or you're a black person and blacks don't matter. Or you're a white person and white's better than a black. And all these are divisions and separations. So I don't want to make this video too long. Everything that I have to say about this, if you want to go in depth and and drill down into it, then my son Jason Harrell made 3 videos called The Origin of Consciousness. And it shows you what heart is, and it shows you how a thought form is formed, and how that connects out to all of society, and how society is based on thoughts and beliefs of separation, and basically what it is torturing the soul. Society is based on denying and suppressing your soul's freedom and connectedness. Yeah, you have to live in this. Look around you. You're in a box. We actually live in physical manifestations of the box, and every law that we have, thousands of laws, they are the limitations, they are the judgments against the soul, against the freedom of your soul. So what to do? I'll tell you this. This is the reason why this rock is the most important video that you've ever seen in your life, ever. Why its teaching is the teaching is the most important thing in life is because in your life, you clean your hair, you clean your teeth, you clean your clothes, you clean your house, you clean your beds, you know, you clean your car, you clean every fucking thing you clean, but you don't clean your soul. So you have pieces of soul, you have pieces of your soul trapped in all around, contained. It's not the law that's doing it. It's not the elites that do it. You have incorporated the elites inside of you. Those are your inner demons. Those laws, those limits, those beliefs, those shames, those blames, those guilt, those pains, they are in your soul. They are not out there. They are not out there. They're in here. And they limit your soul, they judge your soul, they shame your soul, they can contain your soul, they limit your soul. And this is the cause of all the suffering. There is no reason for war. War is beliefs and judgments and insanity. But when you're disconnected from your soul, it's insanity. It is insanity. So we are very clean freaks who are insane because we don't clean our soul. And this is what judgment and denial release, this is what language lessons of the heart is, how to clean your soul of this crap, of the shadows. How to, okay, so what do? What is emotion release? You shake the fucking box, you shake it, you vibrate what's inside of there, the pain, and you scream it out and you pull up that vibration. That's what the haka is all about. You scream and you pull that stuff out, right? And then what? The judgment. You release the judgment. Find the denial, release the denial. Find the belief and change the belief. That breaks open the box, right? And then the guilt and shame and blame go. Soul freedom, right there, pow, and it happens real quick. Okay? That's how you do it. That's why you do it. This whole world is based on some kind of something that you would call the antithetical force. And the lower lords, there are lower lords, there are these kind of beings that do that. They take advantage of our ability to perceive. And they use that ability against us. You don't perceive as you are the mountain. You know, your grandfather never took you by the hand and said you are the ocean. The ocean is inside of you and you are the ocean. Never said that. What the school teaches you is there's the ocean and this is the frog and this is the brain and you know and this is you and you need to be you and you need to be identity. No. So we are disconnected, and by disconnected from our soul causes all of our suffering and our confusion. And what do we have to do? We look for understandings. Yeah? So we got to stand under it. We look for information. We want to be formed. Oh, this is what I'm being heard. I need to be formed. We want to be informed and information. And we look for meaning, right? And all you find with meaning is meanness. There's just meanness in this world. There's no heart. When you find your whole soul, you have to go through your heart. Spirit goes down into the heart, finds the soul. There's no meaning there. There's no mean. Meaning, information, understanding. Worthless. Worthless to your soul. Yeah? Soul doesn't need any of that stuff. You are connected to all the things, you know all things all the time. There's nothing wrong with the soul. You don't need meanings, you don't need inspiration, you don't need enlightenment, you don't need any of that stuff. It's because, why do you need enlightenment? It's because the light doesn't get in the box that is being held in place by you, unbeknownst to you. Why do you need liberation? Why do you need ascension? Because you need to ascend because these boxes of your understanding are crushing you. Oh, we got to ascend. We're going to ascend. And the ascension becomes more information and more meaning. So the ascended people are just more mean. Oh, you know, you can't have arguments in this group because we're ascending and you can't argue. You can't have emotional expression and ascend. You see, it's crazy. Insanity. So, and the other thing is, because so much of our essence, our soul essence is trapped in these beliefs and judgments, denials, understandings, and meanings, that we don't connect. There's great souls out there. There is the spirit of the mountain can come and be within you. The spirit of celestial beings, we're connected to them. But you need your soul vibrating free and open to connect to the celestial beings and to the angelic realm and to the spirit realm. The spirits, there's spirits on this earth that are just fantastic. There's whale spirits and dolphin spirits and four-legged spirits, and they can all connect to you and you can connect to them in a most amazing way. Never alone. But the identity makes you feel like you're absolutely alone. You're absolutely just you against the world, and people are shy and they live behind their little computers and they just type their little thing. And no, we're connected profoundly all the time. And what holds us back from feeling that? God, right? God is up there and you're separated from God. No, nobody said that. I and my Father are one. You are God's, and yet you die as a prince. What is a prince? What is a prince? When a prince dies, it means he never becomes the king. You never have the fullness of your connected self. To be born again, to be born of a woman, of a womb of your mother is not enough. You must be born continuously, again and again and again. And this is what language lessons of the heart is. Every time you move an emotion and you break one of these thought forms, identity, prisons, judgments and denial, pain, trauma, contained inside an identity, you liberate your soul, you clean your soul. So you're worried about eating food, you're worried about, oh, the food's got dirt in it. Clean your damn soul first. That's what it's all about. No matter how clean your soul is, no matter how clean your food is, it's not going to connect to your soul if your soul's full of 10,000 judgments, 10,000 beliefs, 10,000 sufferings, 10,000 traumas. Ain't going to happen. No matter how much you love a God that's separated from you. You love the God that's separated from you. That you know what I mean? You can never connect to the idea of God. That's an idea. That's not a reality. So, but there's a lot of people who say, oh, I and my Father are one. So what is holding you back? What is holding you back is the judgments and beliefs in your mind that separate you from all things. You're not separated from all things. You are all things. This is why you do the language lessons of the heart process. You do the empowerment. Because why? Because that's the idea of doing that empowerment, is that puts your intent into all things, all parts of your history, all parts of your being, from every angle that you can put to. I want to be connected to my soul, to my will. I want to heal my will. I want to touch my will. That's your soul. Yeah. And you do the judgment and denial release and release those things. You can actually see them go. And come bring back in possibilities, connectedness, and a future, whatever you call it, thriving stuff. And then that vibrational pain that you have, when you vibrate that back to neutrality, it becomes love and connectedness. And then your memories come back. Your memories of past lifetimes, your memories of your connectedness to all the spirits, your memories of your connectedness to all things. Yeah? That's what language lessons of the heart is really all about. And you're not alone. If you do it, you will have people helping you on the spirit world. You'll have the shamans helping you. You'll have the monks in Tibet helping you. You'll have the ascended masters helping you. You'll have the angelic realm helping you. You'll have the elementals helping you. You'll have Mother Earth herself helping you. Yeah? You'll have the whales and dolphins helping you. You'll have the four-legged creatures helping you. Yeah? Because you're connected to all of that. Celestial beings are big. You know how big a celestial? Think of a planet, or a star as a being. They're big, right? But you have to make the choice. You have to say, I want to do this. I don't want to live my life with a dirty soul and a clean face. And what you see out in the world is a reflection of you. That's it, and you are connected to the nasty politician have impressed it inside of you. Now you got nasty politician inside here. You got war inside of here. Every judgment, every belief, every separation is now impressed upon you. And the reason why the world is so dirty and nasty and crazy looking and the skies are polluted is because we are each one of us carry that pollution inside of us. Time to clean house. There's nothing wrong with your house. There is nothing wrong with your house. It is an immaculate house. It is an eternal immaculate house. But your house is dirty. So, clean house. Time to clean house. And that's what Language Lessons of the Heart is. And that is why this is the most important teaching that this rock has to give. Yeah? No judgments, no beliefs. Eternal, always connected. No thoughts, no ideas, no shame, no blame. Yeah? Pure, natural, authentic, genuine, like a rock. Get this understanding into your bones if possible. Do not skip past it. Who was it? J. Krishnamurti said this. He said, "It doesn't take forever to learn. Learning actually happens in a second." He said, if you're standing on your garden hose talking to your neighbor, and the garden hose moves, and you look down and you see that it's a snake, you immediately jump. You've learned that that garden hose that you thought was your nothing is the snake, and you jump away. And that's what you need to do with Language Lessons of the Heart. Realize that there's snakes that are biting you, and you can do something about it. Jump away from not doing anything and whatever it is that people normally do. Do your process work. Do it for me, because I'm connected to all this stuff. The reason why I'm saying this is because I feel everybody. I feel everybody's pain, everybody's suffering, everybody's anxiety, everybody's beliefs, everybody's understanding, everybody's knowing. I feel all that stuff. And it's dirty. And that's what I'm doing, It's selfish. I'm being selfish. I want my soul cleaned, and my soul is your soul. Yeah? And I want your children's soul clean, and your grandparents' soul clean. Enough of this. Just let it, Anyway, that's enough. You got it.